So we're back in the closet with Dr. Nan Wise, Dr. Nan, and we all want to know how to have a better orgasm.
Well, the first tip is stop thinking about the orgasm. When I was doing my dissertation work, when I was thinking about how does the brain do this, sometimes I would think about it so much that I was like interrupting my own sex.
Oh.
So it's the sort of the paradox, like if you strive for something and you make it goal directed, it is not going to work. So, but there are things that you can do that increase your likelihood of enjoying the orgasms that you have. And I think that's really being able to be present to it.
So that's the very first thing is to be present and
be present, not worry about having an orgasm. A watched orgasm will not boil. That's going to be my memoir.
But that actually makes sense because then you're all stressed about it, and yeah, that's not going to quite
It's the spectator. When you watch what's happening, you're not in it. So that's one of the big problems that people have when they can't have an orgasm. When they come to me, it's because they're watching everything.
Ah. Okay.
Speaking of watching, I have a video of me and my brain, my brain having an orgasm.
Oh, so we're going to watch you have sex or watch your brain have sex?
I'm the world's first brain porn star, a thing that I'm sure my children are very proud of. In fact, just to show you what a puritanical country that we live in, this crashed websites all over the United States and in the world. When we presented this at the Society for Neuroscience. So we were looking at how do you depict the process of the brain having an orgasm? So I had to pilot all of my studies, as in the convention of most scientists. You have to do stuff to yourself first before you do it to anybody else. So we actually had this video made from taking the measurements of the activation of the various brain areas every 2 seconds while I self-stimulated to orgasm in the scanner.
Okay.
Would you like to see it?
I would love to see this, actually.
Just as a caveat, as it gets brighter white, that's when the activity is getting bigger,
as in
higher.
Closer to,
the big O, right.
The big O.
The big O. So it's going, you'll see, and this
Okay.
is kind of like a depiction of the brain regions. You'll see the ones they'll flash from darker colors finally to
So
bright.
what would this phase depict?
Red means it's not very activated, but you'll see it's going every 2 seconds. So now you see as it gets yellow, and then as it gets to the really orgasm.
Whoa!
And
so
then
wait, so is that the part of the brain where the orgasm is?
Well, if you notice, there was a lot of parts of the brain, but here we're going to pull away, and what you're going to see here is the orgasm brain. The front's not as activated, and what we're going to see is that as they kind of take the other brain regions away, is you'll see brain regions that are really white hot, which is really activated, which are brain regions involved in pleasure and emotion. See those?
Whoa.
In terms of the tips for how to have a better orgasm, I think it's really, it's basically how to have better sex.
Okay.
And then if you end up having better sex, you'll probably enjoy your orgasms if you have them.
So the better sex is all of the things that we're better is, I think, a relative term, right? I mean, so whatever's good for you, and if you're able to, if you have to get out of your house or do whatever it is you do in it, and moving in that direction, then that increases the likelihood of you having an orgasm.
And get out of your head and into your body. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we found from our research that may help people to increase the likelihood of them having orgasms and also the intensity of the quality of their orgasm is use multiple places of stimulation. So nipples map on to the same place in the brain that the genitals do. So nipple stimulation, get a little clitoris activation, some anterior wall of the vagina, anything. And other people have erogenous areas that aren't genitals. So just kind of get tuned into a lot of the sense channel.
So know your partner. Know you and
know
your partner.
know your partner and play with it.
Hey, like what you saw? Join Jem on social media. Subscribe to Good Enough Mother on YouTube and tell a friend.